Welcome to another day at Coach on the Run. This is Jenny Antelak, and this is Tuesday Talks, where you'll find tips, tools, and techniques to use with your patients, clients, and employees. Today, we have a letter from a person down in Kansas, and she writes, Jenny, I need some help. I have many patients that want to create change. In fact, they start to change, but as they move outside their comfort zone, they seem to get stuck, and then they go back to their old ways of operating. How can I keep them motivated and believing in themselves? This is a great question because we all are challenged with how to keep people motivated as they're moving towards their change. And probably the best place to go is look at their circle of support, because a lot of times when we think we're creating change for ourselves, we also think that I can do this on my own. And the reality is, when we invite people in to be our cheerleaders, we are way more successful at what we're trying to achieve than if we did this all on our own. And so what you want to do with people is first have them define the change that they want. So with this person's individual patients, have them write down what is the change, and then go to, okay, let's look at what type of support you'll need. And there's an easy tool to use that's called the Circle of Support, and it starts with the nurturer and looking at how can you invite people in to remind you to take care of yourself, which is really about that nurturing piece. Who can remind you to get enough sleep, to exercise, to eat right, to do all those things that nurture you. And a lot of times as we create change and we're moving towards our change, this is the one thing that we X out of our schedule is, oh, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to work out because I'm working on this. And yet if we don't take time for ourselves in this process, we won't have the energy or capacity to achieve what it is that we really want to achieve. So who can you invite in to be your nurturer? The next piece of this is your emotional support. And as we create change, yes, it can be exciting and fun, but it also can be draining and hard at times. And so who are those people you can invite in that can be your emotional support? They're not going to change it, fix it, alter it, correct it, demean it. They're just going to be there to listen and be like, yep, Jen, I know, I've been there too. And what do you want me to do? How do you want me to show up so I can be your emotional support? And then the third place that you want them to look is their spiritual support. And we all need this in our lives to remind us what our values are. And sometimes as we move far towards what we want, we forget about all the other things that are important to us that we've worked so hard. So our family, our friends, our community, sometimes our religion, whatever it is, we let go of those as we move towards this. And so who can you invite in your life that can say, hey, don't forget about these values as you move towards this. And when they're not in alignment, they can help you bring them back to alignment. And then the last piece to look at is the warrior. And sometimes when change is hard, we want to give up. And the closer we get to our change, the easier it is to give up because we go further and further outside our comfort zone. And then it doesn't feel right. And we think, oh, maybe I don't want this so bad. And so who's going to be the warrior to say, oh no, we're not giving up today. You need to keep moving forward. And I'll be right here with you as we move forward so that step outside the comfort zone doesn't seem so scary. And so if you work with your patients, your clients, and even your employees on defining their circle of support, they will be more successful and they will move towards what they want. In fact, they'll probably move towards it faster and they'll probably achieve greater things if they can define that circle of support. Now, if anybody has a question like this, similar to this, or even something remotely different than this, please go to our website at learningjourneys.net and send us in your emails or your questions. And you can also email me at jenny@learningjourneys.net and put in your request there, and hopefully you'll see it on Tuesday Talks soon. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next week on Tuesday Talks.